Clint, I know for you, you grew very frustrated on some of the issues that are still issues that the Texans are dealing with, and they showed up big time in the game on Saturday.
Yeah, Ronnie, and this all goes back, by the way, it's married to kind of what DeMeco Ryans has allowed all year long, by the way. I mean, it blows my mind that a lot of what we're talking about, and we're going to talk about, not all of it, but a lot of it, is stuff that we saw as early as the Minnesota Vikings game in the regular season, which, what was that, week 4, week 5, something like that, maybe even earlier?
Week 3, I think.
Week 3? I mean, like, there's – to then see the same exact thing in the playoffs, I don't even care if the other option is something that it seems it's less appealing. It may not work, makes less sense. Give me something other than the same old that we saw not work all year long. I'll start with this. I'm going to clean it up a little bit because I actually got the F word in this one. But how in the hell –
thank you.
How in the hell are we still seeing a full slide protection towards Laramie Tunsil away from Dalton Schultz in critical moments? We saw it. Everybody saw it. Dalton Schultz trying to block Karlaftis in critical moments down the stretch, right? We talked about the penalties a little earlier. You want to talk about something that's just as damning as a penalty that gets a first down instead of a punt with Pat Mahomes, right? Again, trying to block defensive ends with Dalton Schultz. And I'm talking about the scheme of it. We'll get into Dalton later on. Just the scheme of it, Ron, is for that to rear its head again after the Minnesota Vikings game is criminal in itself. For it to rear its head in the most critical moment of the divisional round against Kansas City Chiefs, when you've played your ass off during this game and you've got a shot, maybe a long shot, but you got a shot to get back in the game, and you've got Dalton Schultz blocking Karlaftis. How is that in the playbook? How is it allowed to happen?
That's some of the blitz stuff where they had so many guys walked up there and
absolutely. And I need Big Smitty. I need some of my offensive line guys that are out there. I need y'all to help me out.
That 4th and 10, that was.
It was all 3 of those plays in a row, Ron. They're all 3. I need y'all to help me out because
what was DeMeco thinking?
The full slide. Oh, you're talking about on defense.
I'm talking about the 4th and 10. You waited so late to go for it. You ran down time, and you saw it. It was Karlaftis versus him. No help, and they didn't have a chance.
The full slide, literally away. I don't care that it's Tunsil on the other side, but you typically slide towards the person you're trying to protect, which would be Blake Fisher in this situation, right? But the way that they're doing it, I need some of my O-line pass pro masters out there to go look at this. It appears to me in every one of those situations, if I were the quarterback, I would have gotten the slide direction correct. If you just look at the defense, right? And it's as simple as this for the radio listeners out there. I know this is deep for radio, but if I've got trips to my left and my running back, if I got 4 receivers to my left, it's damn near impossible for them to blitz from that side of the field because somebody's got to have them in man. They cannot, unless they blow a coverage and they're playing super risky football, they cannot blitz those guys. So just by the simple rule of football 101, I'm sliding the other direction, and if they do blow the coverage, I've got answers because my receivers are right in my face. I have no idea what Bobby Slowick and C.J. Stroud and the offensive line were doing in those moments. Have no idea. How every slide protection in this offense, Ron, every slide protection in this offense should be guard in. Like a full slide protection. Again, for everybody out there listening, you got 5 offensive linemen. If we're going to slide left, you take Blake Fisher and every offensive lineman, and they slide hard left towards Laramie Tunsil. The tight end or the running back has the defensive end off the edge. That should have been thrown in the garbage months ago. And you leave the tackle on the defensive end, and you slide from guard that direction. That's it. The full slide should not be in this offense because you don't have Daria Gumbawale can't do it. Cade Stover couldn't do it. Dalton Schultz damn sure can't do it. And the guy that I would trust the most to do it is Joe Mixon. And for some reason, you got his ass on the sideline in 2-minute and third down situations.
I hate to to be so simplistic with this, because we've been watching this all year. Clint, I understand where you're coming from, and you got to do something. Is there any kind of protection that would help these dudes? They just, I mean, you got Shaq Mason out there just it feels like
that you can't help.
It just felt like you guys getting their ass. The first 3rd and 8, Clint. I mean, like we can talk about all the stuff we're looking at. The first 3rd and 8, Chris Jones is one-on-one with Blake Fisher with no help.
No, if a lineman's just getting his ass whooped like that or like Shaq did, I mean, that's part of it. You come to this game and you expect.
But that's on Bobby. Like we're looking at that. Right. That's on Bobby. And CJ, because CJ had Ogumbawale, should have switched him sides to help on the other side.
But that's something that you and I can talk about. Like, hey, man, you even said it last week when we were talking about it, right? You push back. Hell, Andy leaves his tackles on an island sometimes versus the best. Like, I get mad at Bobby for it, but I don't just go, what the hell, right? This is all like, what in the hell are we doing? Because, you asked me, what's the answer? I'll tell you what the answer is. Slide Dalton Schultz in the backfield to the right of the quarterback. Get Joe Mixon to the left of the quarterback. Get Dare Ogunbowale out of the way, right? Block big on big up front. If they walk up the linebackers or the safeties in the A-gap, move Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon up in the A-gap to where they can pick them up before they get ahead of steam. That's it. And at that point in time, if Reed and the linebacker bail out, then Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon scan for any other problems, anybody they can help, and then they get out. Bronco protection is what we used to call it. It should be like this year with the Texans, by about mid-year, that should have been their 2-minute offense. Nothing but Bronco protection. 7-man protect. And if you want to play zone, we'll get 2 great check down guys out in the flats, and you're in trouble, right? That crap we saw yesterday late in the game shouldn't even been in a playbook.